Hi. So I am not here to do anything but vent. And whether someone sees it or not, I need to get it out for my own sake and to help anyone else that might be feeling the same way. My mug today says trust the process. So that's what I'm going to do. So in 2024, May specifically, literally like a day before I went on my anniversary trip with my husband, I got a call that I was being laid off due to company-wide restructuring, which was like, I knew it was coming because several other departments had been like doing the same thing. And like, when I say it was so hush hush in the company, like you weren't allowed to talk about it, they were even telling us that they were reading our Teams chats. Like, it just didn't make sense. But got the call. You have a week basically to get your accounts, most because at that time I think I had two accounts, but our accounts were like health systems. So within those health systems, I think I had over 20 hospitals to kind of like, we weren't allowed to tell our clients either, hey, this is what's happening. I didn't even know who was taking over my account afterwards. It was just like, make sure everything's caught up to date. Now, I want to go back a little bit because that was May of 2024. October/November of 2023, our company took us to Vegas. They like paid for everything, flights, hotel. We had like a bunch of seminars and just trainings on like just how to improve our workflow, how to like use technology to our advantage, how to like help our clients use the technology that we offered. And it went viral on like Reddit, I think, because like people saw it and got the wrong idea, but we really were there for like educational purposes. It was not some like, let's go to the strip club or like, let's go see Usher, even though I did try to go see Usher at night and he was not there and I was disappointed. Whatever. But what irritated me was we had saw all of our competitors doing layoffs. Aureus Medical was one. They did layoffs like in 2023. A lot of other of our competitors. That's just what I'm going to say. And at this seminar in Vegas, our CEO got up on stage and verbally promised us that we would not be affected. We're doing better than ever. Clients are seeing like our success and are wanting to work with us more. And like our clients are happy overall. So I'm skeptical because like I said, I'm seeing our competitors have to do layoffs. You're not doing layoffs because you don't have the work. This is healthcare. So whatever. We get back, fast forward to January 2024. Then like the departments closer to me started doing the restructuring, layoffs. I hate the corporate jargon. I hate the corporate fluff so much. I hate it so much. Restructuring, layoffs, whatever. And I'm like, okay, some of the layoffs they were doing, I mean, people weren't even getting 24-hour notices like, hey, your account is no longer has 2 people to support you. So you're literally taking like an account that has 4 people on it and saying, okay, this one person will now be responsible for it because the other 3 people are being restructured out. It was horrific and mentally draining. So my job was already hard enough because we're in the world of client services. So whatever your client needs, you are that liaison. You are that person, the go-to person that they call, that they text, sometimes after hours, sometimes on the weekends. If there's an issue, they calling me, they texting me. So it was tough. And that kind of started the snowball of just like, this is draining. This is you. Every day you come into work, you don't know what is going to be in your inbox or if there's going to be a call on your calendar with your manager. Like you literally have no idea, and it was terrifying. So May, I'm getting ready to go on PTO for me and my husband's 2nd year anniversary. We had actually one of our leadership got restructured out. A new person came in. She had no idea of any of our accounts, our history. And I should pause really quick to say I started the company with the coordinator level role, so very like entry level, and I ended in a mid-level management role. I had been promoted 3 times over the 3 years that I was there, and it was kind of like a success story within our division of how quickly I rose up, and like how I was able to manage. Like when I first came in, I had 12 accounts and no manager, and then by the time I left, I had over 20 accounts with a team of like 8. So this manager came in and she's like, I've heard so much about you. Like, this is before I get the call. I've heard so much about you, and like you're just a great person, and like we're all just super proud of the work you're doing, and like we can't wait to see what you do next. Like, I know it's scary, and just keep holding on, and like we really value you. Like, you are an asset to the team. That's how she ended the call. You're an asset to the team. 2 weeks later, she calls me like out of the blue, not even putting a call on my calendar, just calls me. And I noticed that my director is on the call as well. And I'm like, well, I know I haven't done anything wrong. And actually, my clients just gave me like raving reviews about how they love me and how like I've helped them with the technology. So can't be anything bad. I know it's not a promotion because they stopped promoting people like 3 months ago. So I'm like, what's going on? Like at this time, we just feel like you're no longer an asset to the team. And I'm like, bitch, you just told me 2 weeks. Okay. All right. I'm no longer an asset to the team. Okay. So then I'm like, I'm just quiet. And I recorded the conversation. Maybe I'll put it in here. But I'm just quiet on the other end. And I hear my director, like, she takes herself off of mute, and I can, like, on accident, I think, and I hear her like sniffling. And I'm like, okay, this is the call. So she goes, we're doing as we've been restructuring, like we only want to keep the strongest people on board, to really make sure that we can leverage the company forward, like just a bunch of bullshit. And like, you can tell she's reading from a script. And I'm just like, okay, all right. So I said, okay. And she's like, if you have any questions, HR will reach out. There is going to be a severance offer. Like we just want to say, there's nothing you did wrong, but we just don't feel like you're as strong anymore, like that, that we're willing to like, take that chance. And I was like, okay, all right. Mind you, like I said, I had been so mentally strained by this point by the constant, like, the account is this. Okay, you're taking this account. Okay, you're talking to this. Like, I had taken on 2 new accounts. I lost one account because they were just done with the company overall, and they wanted someone more local. And it was just like, my husband was so annoyed with my job before this point because of how mentally like depleted I was. And then I got this call, like I said, like a couple of days before we were set to go to Colombia for our anniversary trip. And he was just like, he heard the whole phone call and he was like, wow, I cannot believe they are doing this to, of all people, you. And I'm like, yep. And he's like, and right before you go on PTO, like that's crazy. And I'm like, yep. So she was like, you can take the rest of the day off. This was at like 11 o'clock. She's like, you can take the rest of the day off to just, get yourself together, and like, we'll have your team lead, watch your account. And I was like, great. I had friends in town visiting. I was like, I can go get drunk for the rest of the day, hang out with them, whatever. So then I come back from my vacation trip with my husband, and I'm just like, I'm just going to take the severance offer. And what they did was, if you don't take the severance offer, they basically threaten you and say, if you don't take it now, the chance of it being there like later on, if we decide not to, to keep this department, are very slim to none. Like basically threatening and saying, if you don't take it now, you're not going to get severance later. You're just going to get laid off or fired. And it was like, it really was threatening. And the other people that I talked to that also experienced what I experienced confirmed that. So it was just like, it was truly horrific. Like it was scary. So I'm mentally depleted. I now don't have a job. And then on top of that, it was like they were threatening me. So what was I supposed to do? So fast forward to here we are. It is January. It's January 2025. I am still without work. Over these months of being laid off, I have gone through like some of the hardest just mental gymnastics I didn't even know existed. I mean, like, wake up crying, gaining weight, I'm drinking more, I'm more angry with people like that are genuinely trying to help me. Like, I'm literally on the verge of tears right now because I'm just like, fuck. I have felt worthless. I have felt like if, which that's what capitalism fucking does to you. Like, you literally feel like if I cannot contribute to society, then like what good am I? Which is fucked up. Like, I'm so much more than like some company's fucking worker bee. But literally, that's how my brain is programmed. Like, you know, Gen Z talks about millennials all the time and they're like, oh, they're so cringy. But it's like, I feel like you guys, Gen Z, gets the like privilege of embracing your passions. Millennials were bred to continue the workforce and to continue like being those corporate worker bees. Like, we're the ones signing up to be fucking electricians and plumbers and engineers, and like also though being like, Gen Z, please follow your passions. Like, there's so much more out there because we didn't get that opportunity. Like, I love writing, I love like reading, I love anything creative. But when I was growing up, it was like, that doesn't make any money, art doesn't make any money. Like, that was like taught out of us. And there's people obviously that have parents that like pour into that. Oh my God, you're good at art, like let's get you into an art school, or let's do X, Y, and Z. But for the majority of millennials that I know, it was like taught away. It was like, no, that doesn't make money. That's not gonna be a thing. Like, don't even think that it's gonna be a thing. It's not. Go to college. Yeah, go to college. Now we have fucking debt and we're being gaslit and told, well, you shouldn't have went to college. Like, I have just felt a range of emotions that have led to something like so much bigger and heavier. I have felt like unaliving myself because of the strain of like, I cannot get a job. Then I have people like my amazing friends, my amazing mom, like my dad, my husband. I have a support system. I am blessed in that way. I have a support system. They're trying to help me. They're trying to, you know, send me jobs. My sorority sisters, like one of my sorority sisters literally weekly sends me a job that she thinks matches. Most of the time it doesn't match like my wheelhouse of expertise, but she's trying to help. And then it's weird because being laid off, like if you don't have anyone to talk to that's also been laid off, you can vent, but you start to feel guilty about talking to your friends and family about it. You start to feel like they're tired of me complaining. They're thinking that I'm not doing enough. For example, I have another sorority sister. She's always like, hey, well, have you tried this? Or, oh, look, there's a job fair happening. Or like, have you applied here? Have you looked at it? And I'm like, I am very thorough, which is what made me excellent in my role. I am very detail oriented. If there is something to try, I have tried it. I'm going to pause and scoot back and put on the screen everything that I have tried. And it's like, when you hear that, you're like, thank you for being helpful. However, it makes me feel like you don't believe in me. You don't think that I have the competence to try a staffing agency, to try applying on like USAjobs.gov, to try even entry level roles. Like I am as a mid-level / associate level, but who was really a manager, I am okay starting back over. I will miss that pay. I sure will. But I'm okay with it as long as it means getting my foot in the door. The job market is so horrible and so different now. Like, I've never not had a job in my life. Never. I've never not had a job. And to be auto-rejected by robots, basically, by AI, like, I'm all for AI. ChatGPT is my, like, virtual bestie, but Like when I was growing up, you would submit your job application. We did have online applications, or you would go in person and submit it. You would call maybe 2 days later. If the manager didn't call you, and be like, "Hi, this is Destiny. I applied for a cashier position. I just wanted to follow up on my resume to see if you guys were still hiring or if you had any questions." Then 9 times out of 10, you got the job. Now, I submit the job at 12:01. At 12:08, I'm auto rejected, despite matching 100% of the qualifications. I've been told, well, we did see that like you match all the qualifications, but based on like what you're looking to make, we just feel like we wouldn't be able to match that. So on top of that, you're underpaying people, which is ironic because I know that what people are hired at controls the market. Okay, that's literally what I did in my last role. We posted the jobs, we helped fill the jobs, and then we coordinated to make sure that we weren't like going crazy out here just because someone says they want $10,000, give them $10,000. No, that's not how corporate life works. So I know that like if I'm saying I know my worth, and my worth is I was based at 85,000 and I had bonuses quarterly, so my take home was over 100,000. That is a fact. I will happily show you my W-2. If I say, all right, I was only making $100,000 because of the bonuses I earned, then all right, I'm fine with 85,000. No company is going to pay me $85,000 at a mid or associate level role, unless it's one of like the big tech companies like Meta, Microsoft, Apple, etc. They're not. On top of that, they're going to be like, well, if you're trying to leave healthcare, the role in healthcare as a whole it's limited in the corporate world. Like I would basically have to go back to school, which I'm gonna get to that in a second. But it's like what is it called? Finding a needle in a haystack. It's really, really difficult, which is why I say, okay, I will go to an entry level role somewhere else and take the skills that I have and transfer those skills and also grow new skills if I need to. I will do that. But then they're talking about, okay, 40,000, 50,000. I did not work this hard to go $35,000 less than what I was making. I cannot survive. I cannot. So then I'm like, what can I do in the meantime? What can I do? Like, obviously I have to keep applying. I live in the state of Florida. Unemployment here is $275 a week, $275 per week. My groceries cost more than that. And I shop at Costco and sometimes Aldi and Walmart. $275 a week, and you only get it for 6 months. My mortgage is $2,078 alone. So that doesn't help. I'm like, what can I do? I noticed that the community college up the street has a free course for anyone trying to get into technology. So they recommend that you have like 6 months experience. I have 0 months. I have software as a service, business to business, like sales experience, but not like actually operating the cloud and operating like the hardware, etc. Like I cannot fix a computer. I will just take it to Apple. But I'm like, you know what? I think I can do it. So I take this class. I'm in the class right now. It ends on the 28th of January. And it's all right. It's not difficult, but it's like, it is a lot of information if you don't have any technology experience. So it's cloud computing, kind of just learning about the different cloud products that Amazon offers. So I will have my AWS Cloud Practitioner. I will have my Azure Cloud certification. I actually passed my CompTIA Cloud Essentials already. And it's all right, but it's like, what am I supposed to do with that after? And then, of course, you get online and you see everyone's like, just do digital marketing. Just do digital products. Try data analytics. Get into, just apply to tech. Just apply to tech. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, shut up. Shut up. You're not actually helping people to do these things. Then everything is, buy my course. Buy my course. Buy my course. I literally don't have any money for my fucking mortgage. How am I going to afford your course? Quickly. I don't have $600 to pay you to do my resume. That's not going to get me past AI anyway. Literally, a girl at my high school, no shade to her, she has a business doing resumes. Like that, she works in HR for a hospital. She does resumes. I paid her, I think $120 to do my resume. Found a soror on Twitter, and she does like sourcing. I'm like, hey, can you please like look at my LinkedIn, let me know. She gave me some great tips. Didn't go anywhere. I'm using ChatGPT, optimize my resume for this role, make the tone X, Y, and Z. Like, these are the type of roles that I'm looking for. I have probably 10 different resumes. Well, then they tell you, oh, you just need a core resume. That should be good for every job. Okay, all right, I'll get the core resume. Going to the job fairs, like, I am exhausted. I feel guilty for not having a job. I feel worthless because I worked my ass off at a company that laid me off with 6 months pay, basically. I feel gaslit because they promised they weren't laying us off, despite me not believing it, and they did. I feel tired. Like I said, I noticed that like with my depression up, I have been drinking more. I have been not sleeping as well. I'm taught, like literally yesterday, my husband's like, did you even sleep last night? I'm like, no, not really. You tossed and turned the entire night. Yeah, I'm literally panicking in my head. Like, I need a job. I need a job. I need a job. I am terrified that it's going to get worse because of our upcoming president. I'm terrified. Can't go anywhere. Can't do anything. Like, what do you do? I don't know. And like I said, I'm tired of talking to my friends and family about it, which is why I'm like, let me put this on YouTube. It sounds corny, but like, I know I'm not alone. Like, I know people are like, oh, just hang in there and be strong. Like, oh my God. I know. Yeah, I got it. But that doesn't help me. Like, that doesn't physically help me with anything. Thank you for the words of encouragement, but that's not my love language. Like, my love language is acts. I need action. I don't know what to do at this point. And it sucks because it's like, the bad guy wins. That's why I don't know if I believe in karma, because the bad guy won. Yeah. So I'm not going to be like, please subscribe, because I'm not like here to sell you anything. I don't care about making money from your clicks or your views or whatever. Like, I just needed to get this out. I needed to vent. I'm going to make a second video about the struggles I'm having with my business. I'm going to wear the same outfit and I'm going to talk about that. So, yeah.